Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a Mystic Eye Games Mystic unboxing of a big giant box. Wow. This is Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef by Skybound and Druid City Games. It is a massive box, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to open it up for you. We're going to see what's inside and get to this unboxing, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Maybe you've already seen it, I don't know, but this is a huge box. So let's dig into it and see what we got in this Kickstarter Deluxe Edition of Tidal Blades. Alright, we'll get started with the box itself. Now, in that big giant box, there was only two boxes in there. As crazy as that seems, there was this and one other. And this is the main box. You can see just the beautiful artwork on the game. This game is interesting. I watched some playthroughs of it and some other things that go on with it. It's pretty cool, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely going to play it, but it also came with this Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef Anglers Cove expansion, which plays some other stuff. But we're going to look at the main box first. So after you've seen the very long front of the box, it's also got some really nice artwork on the side right there, and it shows it's 1 to 4 players, 14 and up, 60 to 90 minutes. And of course, you know I got it because it is 1 to 4 players, and it's my jam, right? So anyway, this is the back of the box, kind of shows you what's in it. We'll start over here. Before we open it up, you got the miniatures, the custom dice arena, which is pretty darn cool. You got all the bits and bobs in these containers, which is really neat. And then you got tons and tons of custom upgraded action discs and tokens, and then the actual player board. Looks like this. There's cards, of course, and there's the player boards, which I assume I'm going to have to put together, and the main board right there. So in the box, the game content, so there's 6 game boards, 4 character boards, 62 dice, 53 cards, 169 tokens, 1 current round marker, 1 first player marker, 6 standees with bases, 1 score pad, 1 rule book, 1 almanac, a solo and 2-player mode board. That'll be interesting. Custom dice arena, thematic round marker. These are the deluxe components now. Metal first player marker, 6 character miniatures instead of, I think, the standees. You got the miniatures. 20 molded energy discs, 45 squishy fruit, which, yes, we get to, instead of using tokens, we actually have stuff for them. 55 pearlescent shells, 5 miniature character scoring busts, and a custom game trays storage solution. And that's what we got in here. So that's what's in the main box. We're going to open it up now. Got to get the wrap off it, and we'll take a look. All right, we're back to the front of the box. It's very, very well done. Such a pretty game. Wow. We'll take the box lid off and get in there and look. Oh, look at this. So first off, on the inside of the box, I think it's worth noting that the game world around this is in the box itself and on the lid, which is pretty cool. And then it says, talks about the deluxe upgrades. There's a sheet on the deluxe upgrades. It talks about the energy discs, or the miniatures instead of the standees. And it shows you what's different. Like, here's the standees, here's the miniatures. Then there's the squishy fruit and plastic shells instead of the cardboard ones. Pretty cool. That's what that is. And you got the rule book. Let's take a look at the rules. I'm sure they're pretty clear. We have a number of games from Druid City, and I really like them. They're a very, very good publisher. So you can see very well laid out what the components are. Game board setup. Wow, there's a lot to do in this, isn't there? Wow, okay. Well, there's a ton of setup. Then you got your characters. You got your dice upgrade paths. All this cool stuff shows you what your dice you're rolling and everything, what's on them. Trade increases. Now your character does level up as the game goes on, or gets more powerful. And then so there's the stadium. There's all kinds of different places you can go to, and it talks about that in the game. I'm really looking forward to seeing the custom dice tray. There's also a comic book on attempting a challenge. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. And completing a challenge. It's not a comic book page, rather. Some more examples. Wow, just what a beautiful rule book, even. It's just gorgeous. And then How to Fight Monsters is done in the form of a little comic strip as well. I love that. It's going to make it easy. Now, I guess because I have the deluxe edition of stuff. I could just put all these aside, right? I think. We'll see, because I don't need these standees or anything. I'm going to put that aside right now. We'll just take a look, because we don't. Now the tokens, by the way, look to be very, very good quality. So I will make note of that. But we're not. I don't think we're going to use them because we have the deluxe edition. And then this is a almanac, so it has card clarifications, has all the cards in it. Wow, gosh, this is really amazing. What a production. It's one of the things I love about Kickstarter is it allows people to raise enough money to really produce something in fine fashion. This is an example of that. The artwork is beautiful. The layout on this book is beautiful. Just tells you about everything. Wow, this looks like a pretty complicated game. There's the two-player mode and the solo mode right there. And then it says, on your rival's turn, so this is how to deal with a rival if you're playing solo, I imagine. And then resolving the plot. So there's a storyline that goes with it as well. And then there, on the back of this book is a summary round sheet. That's pretty nice. I like having those. Now, this was a Kickstarter component, I believe. I don't know if it comes with everything, but it is a hardbound art and lore book that is just amazing, actually. Pretty amazing. Really beautiful work on this game. A lot of love went into this one, you can tell. Just really nice components. Now, I don't want to spoil it all for you, so I'm just kind of thumbing through it to show you what the quality is. And this is a hardbound book. This is not something cheap. You know, when you buy a role-playing game book, you buy something like this, it's like 30 bucks by itself. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Well, we got all the different game boards over here. There's some more things to stop components from moving around. During shipping, I'm going to assume you get rid of those as you go. Hey, wow, okay, I just noticed something that's really nice that I appreciate tremendously, because it was something I dread. I do not have to put these boards together. They're already assembled with the component, the trait trackers and everything like that. That is really nice. Thank you for doing that. That is really, really good. Now remember, this has a custom insert in it, and everything's supposed to go in there quite nicely. It looks like it will, but there's stuff that's got to get put out first. So there's a score sheet. Nice. Okay. Anyway, here are the boards for the characters. Cayman, Echo. I've seen this character played as well as this one. Axel. I've seen this one played before. And you know, they have different stats and powers, which is neat because there's decks that give them special powers. And Dust. Really neat. God, the components in this are just fabulous. Wow. Amazing. So then there's a score sheet in here. There's also this also contains more for your components. Here are these are encounters. I think things you have to fight. I think these are like quests. I don't know enough about the game to tell you every detail yet, but I will at some point. And I'm getting rid of all the extra little bits that are in there because there are quite a few to keep it nice and shipping, giving it some room. This, I believe, here is the first player marker or round marker. I'm not sure which. Pretty slick. Okay, we'll get into the cards in just a minute because there's also a bunch of more cards. There's these the market cards right here in the middle, and they all have their own home, and we'll separate them out there. I'm sure there's a way in the rule book it tells you how to separate all these out. This is some of the mission cards, character cards. Jeez, I mean, look at the artwork on these. We'll get into them a little bit. Let's just take a look at the rest of the stuff that's in this box. So once again, all these characters fit in here perfectly. I think these are glued in there to make sure that you keep your stuff nice. Cool. All right, well, let's get rid of these two things here because the dice trays and stuff are on this side. I think these are all supposed to come out. I don't know. I'm gonna leave them in. They're holding everything in nicely. We'll leave it like that. All right. Even though they're not as pretty as the rest of the components in there. What I'm talking about is these cardboard pieces that are holding things in place. This is the dice tray right here. And we're going to open that up. God, it's such nice quality of stuff. You can see that we got some fixing to do because some of the things rolled around. I don't know which dice are which, but we'll just put them in a tray. We'll sort them out later. I'm sure these are mixed up. They look mixed up. But anyway, you get this nice tray of dice, so you don't have to take the components out. You just take the game trays out. And this was done by Game Trays. They do really good stuff. And then you get into some of the more meaty pieces. These are standees for the cardboard guys, but you really don't need them. Here's the custom dice roller. I mean, how cool is that? It's an arena. Isn't that just slick? And it's got this color to it and everything. Just unbelievably well done. I mean, amazingly well done. And then over here in a perfect custom insert is we're going to get rid of this one, it looks like, are the miniatures and the tokens, you can see. And I imagine that there's, again, I don't know how to set this up yet, so we'll have to see. But we'll just take this in. Right next to it, by the way, are the 2 trays of the fruit and the shells that you don't need then for the tokens for, which is pretty nice. And we'll take a look at the quality of these. This is the squishy fruit, and by the way, it's rubbery and squishy. Not too squishy, not so squishy. But yeah, that's so cool. Wow, fabulous. I mean, really, really nice. Look at it, and look how when you break it down to play, you just take everything out so quickly and efficiently. I love it when they do that for you because it makes it more fun when you're not spending all your time setting up. Okay, these shells are hard plastic, but really super nice. Well, good quality. Again, the magic of Kickstarter, right? I bet you they were able to do things because this was Kickstarted that they would not have been able to do had they not done a Kickstarter. So these are going to go right here. But before we do that, I want to take the lid off the miniatures box and show you what that looks like. The miniatures tray here. This, I believe, is the first player marker because it's a huge metal marker. Really nice. Wow. And I think these guys go around, these characters move around the board. They're not actually your characters. Those are the characters up there. You can see. I can't remember the name of the characters, but the sculpting is quite nice. I think this guy's like a judge or something. He moves around and judges what you're doing. And you get a bonus if he happens to be there with you. It's pretty cool. And this is a little hydrofoil type, like a wave runner type thing that it's part of one of the challenges you have. And again, I don't know all the details of it. We'll have to see. But so then you get a score tracking bust, right, for your character, as well as the character itself. How cool is that? Wow, that's pretty slick. And again, they were able to do such a nice job with it. It's pretty amazing. Each one of these characters has one of these. Just show them off to you so you can see. God, these just aching to be painted, aren't they? Here is one of the other character. I can't remember which one this is, but Ash, I think her name is. Wow, what a nice miniature. And they're bigger than normal, too. And you got the bust to go along with it. Look at that miniature. That's so nice. Wow. Just, and you know, it's amazing that they can get such quality when they're prefabricated. Like some other companies say, you got to have to put them together to get that level of quality. But these are fine quality. Yeah, okay, maybe they're not the same quality as like a Warhammer type thing, but they're close. I would just as soon do this and paint them up. But the cool thing about the Warhammer stuff is you get to put it together to match what your unit is and that sort of thing. And then you got this guy here and then his little bust, of course. Yeah, and then again, the plastic tokens replace the cardboard ones. Here's what those look like for the one character. You can see it's so nice. Wow, these are heavy too. They're really thick plastic, and they're kind of, I don't know what they seem to be made a little differently. Here is the ones for the girl Ash. I think the symbol's on their player board because otherwise I'm not sure how you tell them apart, or if you need to. I don't know what these tokens do. I assume they're related to the characters, but they don't seem to have. I'm sure they are, but they don't have the character's image on it. Okay, and again, look how it stores. I just put that back on it, and it's all stored nicely, ready to go. Nice, so nice. And then okay, I'm going to put these standees. These are the standees I won't be using for the cardboard pieces, but put that back in there, and look how nice everything just sits up. It's just great. And there's some other component boards that go in here, like all these, I think, go here. And then and these were in bubble wrap to protect them. But these are the boards, the actual boards of the game. So here's one of the main boards right there. And then these are the different location boards, I believe. The Citadel of Time. There's a solo mode card. The Chronesium. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing this right, but we'll see. Druska ring. And again, this is a kind of worker placement style type game. Not exactly, but it does work that way a little bit. And then this is some kind, I think this is where you go to battle some of the monsters. Anyway, we'll get those back in the box here. And they do seem to fit perfectly in the box somehow. There's probably a specific way they want you to put them back. I'm obviously not doing that right now, so, but they're fitting in fine. Okay, there we go. Now, let's bust open some of the cards. We'll take a look at these ones right here first. Just a moment, I'm going to open these up. Okay, these are the market cards, and they tend to have stuff on them. I don't know what they do yet, but they're nice. They're nice cards. They're like similar to the types of cards you see in the Fantasy Flight games. Ones in the art, man, look how clear those are. So nicely done. And again, I'm not sure. I'm sure that that's what you pay to get these, but I'm not sure what they do. So those are the market cards, and they all are. They're all market cards. There's nothing different between them. Put those back in their tray, and then we got these ones. I think I think there might be some spoilers in here. So story spoilers. So I'll be a little careful. Again, I haven't played the game, and I haven't looked at it in a long time since the Kickstarter started. Really like to get surprised when I play them, but these really nice cards, very like a satin finish, so they're pretty nice. And oh God, look at the artwork, just beautiful. Look at that! Wow, wow, that's so nice. Look at that. And these are the characters, special character stuff. It looks like, because they're color coded. So anyway, yeah, it does look like that. Echo Story. Yeah, these are all color coded cards. I think that gives you an idea. Again, I don't necessarily want to spoil them. I think there's the ability cards of the characters. Wisdom of the Ancients, nice. Got such unbelievable quality. You know, this came later, and they kept apologizing because they were really working on the quality of the game. And they kept saying, it's coming, everything's fine, working hard. They made some adjustments, they fixed a bunch of things. I can tell right now that it paid off in a big way for them to take that extra time, and I'm glad they did it. One of the things, you know, when you invest in Kickstarter, you're taking a risk in when and how you get the game. I mean, I've had a couple that just have never come, and I'm not someone who goes around bad-mouthing people, so I'm not talking about them, but they never came, and they never will probably. But these guys always follow through, and it really, the delays on this were to make it more beautiful, and they managed to do that. I think these are the more generic cards, it looks like. These don't look to be specific to any one character. But gosh, wow, just so nice. I'm going to show them all to you in this. I don't like long unboxings. They're not very valuable to me. But I just wanted to show you what the... so that means I'm thinking they're not very valuable to you either if they're too long. So let's see, though, and we'll just take a look at the last set of cards, and then we'll break into the expansion and see what that is. These are our plot effects. So these might have some... Okay, nah, they're fine. They're not... They're things that you have to deal with, looks like. But even when it's just symbology on the card, the cards are so nicely done. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful. Wow, what a game. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, this looks like one I'm going to want to play with my family. Okay, let's pack this one up for just a moment and get into the Angler's Cove expansion. All right, here is the box for the Angler's Cove expansion. It is, again, just a beautiful finish on the game box itself. There's raised, embossed components of it. It's super nice. This is what the back looks like. So you get another character, Sagashi. You get all the components for that character. And again, you do get some extra stuff for this, but I hope that you don't need these. That would not be cool, I would imagine. Oh, so those are color-coded to the character. Okay. It looks like there's some more cards, and then there's also another location called the Angler's Cove. Let's take a look and see. But I do hope that they had the forethought, if you bought the deluxe expansion, that you don't need these cardboard components, because that kind of would break it for me. Not horribly, but maybe you still might need these, because there's a heck of a lot of these, and there's not a lot of them in the game. So maybe you still need some of the cardboard. I don't know. Anyway, here's the Angler's Cove. It's another sideboard or board for doing things on the game. I think the first time out, we just play the base game. Here's what the components are. So there are some. I don't see anything new in there. Maybe there is. I don't know. And that shows you how you set up with Angler's Cove involved in the game. It's down over here, which is cool. And talks about some of the different cards you have. There's different locations, new things, and again, fantastic artwork and layout. This is the new character board. Again, nicely assembled. New sets of dice for the character. So a couple more sets of dice. And the cards, I'm not going to open these up right now. I think you get the idea. They're beautifully done. They're just done with the same quality as the main game. The only thing I see is that I don't see upgraded components where necessary for this character. And this is, oh, these are a hard monster, so something tougher. Just going to take a look. Nope, that's it, guys. So I don't think that there's anything in there that would allow you to, well, maybe you might, that would be sad if you needed some cardboard components for one character. But maybe that's not the case. I didn't look through it all the way. Maybe you can use something else for them. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that is the Angler's Cove expansion, and I suppose maybe if I look in the main box, there's orange ones. You could just use those instead. But again, there's also all those teeny little ones I think you might need for doing something, because again, I don't know the game yet, so that's that. But basically, this is the unboxing, quick unboxing for Tidal Blades. You will see a solo gameplay of this, so get ready for that sometime soon. Got so much coming to the table, it's hard to keep up at times, and I don't kickstart nearly as much as I used to, but I did kickstart this one, so this was not like something that was given to me by the publisher. I kickstarted it myself because it looked fantastic, and now that I've seen it in my hands and seen the quality of it, it certainly is fantastic looking. Hopefully the rules are easy enough where my family and I can enjoy this, or is this a gamer's game? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. You guys tell me. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all your subscriptions, likes, and everything else. Please let me know what you think of Tidal Blades and the components in there. Again, I don't like to make these too long, no more than 20 minutes or so, just to go through the box. But if you do have questions about what you saw in here, please ask. I'm happy to answer. And I will see you in the next episode of something. It's probably going to be, well, unless you're watching things that I've already done with the hundreds and hundreds of videos I've already done, you might be watching Night of the Living Dead. We'll see. Take care. Talk to you soon.